Hey everybody, and welcome to another day. It is sunny outside, and it's a good sign. The weekend is green, and the sun is shining outside. So I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. We are not even in summer yet, but we're getting there slowly and surely. What is it? The last month before summer, so summer's coming December, and let's go down under. You guys up in the northern hemisphere, you had your summer. I remember you guys in the chat, and you were like bragging about the sun and going out and all that stuff. And we were in the rain, and it kept raining. And you guys kept on saying it's sunny and we're going out to do these great things. And it was still raining here. It was rain. Well, now we got the sun that's coming. Whee, up and to the right. Bing, bing, bing. All right, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it out there. Let's get straight into it. We got John Williams. It's been a while, man. Good to see you in the house. A channel member as well. Let me just actually scroll back right there. Yeah, Hex Token channel member as well. So big shout out to you there, John, and welcome to the chat. It's been a little while. Great to see you back in the house. We got Sandy Beach, as always, crushing it with the old health and fitness. And I retweeted that earlier today. So nice one there, Sandy, just for the live stream. Big shout out. We got Lies Beneath is back. Yay! Lies Beneath has been leaving a few comments while Lies Beneath has been on vacay, I guess, on vacay. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, incentive for the win, 100%. That is the gold maxi strategy of this channel, and I think people are going to be very happy, especially if those who've been watching this channel and have been accumulating in the bear market. We streamed all through the bear market. Yeah, bear. The bears came out, but we streamed and we pushed them back. I've been watching a few videos lately of bears chasing people and stuff like that. It's pretty scary, to be honest, but yeah, you know that bears can climb up trees. So I saw people climb up trees. The bears can climb trees. So, and some of them can do it very well indeed. So just remember that when you're out and about, especially in the northern hemisphere. We don't have bears down under here. We don't have bears here, but you know, Australia has all sorts of crazy critters. But in New Zealand, we do not. We do not. Thank goodness. Maybe a big giant wild possum out in the middle of the what-whats. That might do it. So what-whats, this means out in the forest there somewhere lost. Yeah, I guess we say what's here. In Australia, you'll say outback. Out in the outback, we'll say what's or something like that. All right, we got Joey Torres. Hi all, good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat as always. We got Harry Williams as well. Is Harry there? I think Harry is there. Harry's there somewhere. There he is, Harry. Good to see Harry. Who else has jumped in here? Don't want to miss anybody, of course. We got Sean's in house. Hey, Sean, good to see you. Welcome to the chat too. There is Harry. Yo. Good to see you as well. A big shout out from Sandy Beach. Hello, Hex Token, everyone. Now, Sandy, you are so close. You are so close to, what's it, 3,500 followers on X social platform. Well done to you. So if you guys haven't followed Sandy, give her a follow. She does crushing it out there for the health and fitness for the Pulsechain community. Really, really awesome. Big hi, Superman from Magnus. Hey, Magnus, winter is incoming. Yeah. But hey, look, at least you guys can have a snowy Christmas, right? I've never been at a snow Christmas. And so I would like to do that at least one time in this existence, on this planet at least. But that would be pretty cool. But yeah, we've got to have all the, the Christmas stuff out there, the little candles and all the rest of it, right? We got Hexman in the house there. Hex Mum, I apologize. Hi all, good to see Hex Mum. Welcome to the chat again. It's been a little while too, I think, Hex Mum, since I've seen you in there. Big Kahuna as well. Hey, Big Kahuna, good. Welcome to the chat. Brazolji says, oh, sweet summer child. Yeah, indeed. And when we have summer down here, it's different, right, from up in the northern hemisphere. I think it's the sun rays are more harsher down here, but the night skies are glorious down here. I think we get to see about 3 times more stars or something like that down here, which is kind of the best place to see stars. And it's like the Milky Way just comes right out to you. It's like 3D, the Milky Way. Particularly certain parts of the country is just like It's almost like you can touch the stars and pick them out. That's how good it is. It really is amazing down under. If you haven't been to, I think it's probably even better in New Zealand than Australia. If you go to Australia, if you go here, you'll be able to see them, and it's be an experience in itself, especially in a place they call a Podiki, which apparently is the best place in the world to see stars. So there's a little bit of food for thought there. Yes, thank you, says Sandy Beach. You're welcome. Welcome to stay at my home. Yeah, welcome. Nice one, Magnus. Yeah, nice. All right, should we get into it? Let's see what the results are today. We are the weekend, right? So what is it? It's Sunday here, the 5th of November, 12:35 p.m. in the afternoon, so around lunchtime in good old New Zealand and Australia and Pacific Islands. What else? It's probably still Saturday in the Northern Hemisphere. So what do we got here? Los Angeles, currently it is 4:30 in the afternoon in Los Angeles. So that's on the West Coast. And the east coast of the United States and New York, it is currently 7:30 approximately as well. Tokyo in the Asia area is currently, it's today actually, Sunday, it is 8:30 in the morning in Tokyo. So konnichiwa to those who are Japanese. London at the moment, it is 11:35. Still on Saturday, but they're about to cross over. They're at 25 minutes. They're going to be on Sunday too. So there we are. Big welcome to everybody. All right, let's get into it. That is the time zone. Yeah, we've gone from crypto to time zone channel. Crypto time zone. All right, let's get into it. Do you want to see some green? Do you guys want green? Green. Type in the chat there. Type in green. Just the word green. Just type it in. We're going to see some green. Type in the green. Type. You guys can do it. I feel it. It's a weekend, man. We're going to have some fun. Type in the word green. Let's go. I want to see some greens. I've got no greens in there already. All right. It's a tough crowd today. Tough crowd. Good thing I'm not doing stand-up comedy today. Although, it's kind of been silly. We're doing some silly stuff, but not stand-up comedy. What else? You have drop beers? No, we don't have no drop beers. Hey, Hex Mum's come out with the first green. Well done. Pink. No, not pink. We don't want pink. We don't want pink. We want green. Green. Hex Mum's done it. Okay, if all I can get is one green in the chat, that's a bit sad. But at least Hex Mum delivered. Hex Mum came to the winning solution. There we are. Let's go green. Bam. There we are. Green. Whee! All right, we got it. And you can thank Hex Mum for that, because that was we might have had to bypass the green. Or Hex Force 1 is coming for green too. Nice one, Hex Force 1. Yeah, nice. All right, we've got BTC at the moment, 35,100. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Again, we're over 35K. Fantastic. You remember last time we went over 35K, we got up to 36, just shy. We got to 35,999 based on the charts I've seen. But yeah, we're up 0.9%, looking really, really good as old Bitcoin. And of course, yesterday we talked about a analysis from an investment house that was talking about 47K by the end of this year. So that would be a nice Christmas present, right? 47K Bitcoin. And of course, we've had longer term projections for next year from Tom Lee, Fund Strat Manager, and others that are all around 150K to 180K. So that seemed to be a pretty popular number. We also had a set of analysts that were lower than that. They were kind of in the 80, 90K, but I don't think that's going to be a play. I think we're going to head up over a period of time and into next year. We could definitely see that, barring any, catastrophic thing. The only biggest risk to markets, as I say, is the stock market, and that in turn is probably related to the property market, of course, with interest rates. So those are kind of the links there. We still are concerned about those, don't get me wrong, but we're very optimistic about crypto, and despite that. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun, and indeed, particularly confident to the end of the year. And maybe into the beginning of next year. We've got Ethereum there at $1,861, up 1.34%. And, that's what we're waiting for Ethereum really break out. But I think that we're going to need a higher level from Bitcoin to get there. But at the moment, we've got 1861 on Ethereum. And then maybe if we get another one to Bitcoin, maybe it's the 37, 38.5K mark. Maybe it's the 40 into the 40 mark. We should be able to see Ethereum start to run. And then if Ethereum runs, and Bitcoin just stays stable for a little bit, cool off the RSI, and then we could get that outrun that we typically see when we get into a bull market. And good news for Pulsechain, right? So that's kind of the play there. Now Solana, they're still performing pretty well, up 6%. So that's still going pretty well on the old Solana there. A bit of overhype, if you ask me, but that's performing well. Lido there is up 6.5%. That's kind of another standout there. IMX, which I'm not too familiar with, is up 16.5%, and VET is up 5% there as well. So it's kind of some of the leaders. They've got another one here. I'm not familiar with this one either, but CAS is up 15%. So it's at 6 cents there. Not sure what those ones are, but hey, they're doing pretty well. So good news. So let's move over from crypto looking good. Let's move over to another view, just another perspective of the bullishness in crypto. And we'll go to the bubble charts. Yeah, we're going to bring up the bubble charts today. And of course, we've got Pulse there. Yes, thank you very much. Pulse up at 25.7%. I love this. Sometimes it's just really nice to look at these green bubbles. We've gone through the bear market. We've had lots of red bubbles. Occasionally, we've had occasional green bubbles. But it's nice to see the green bubbles coming more often, much more frequent now. Pretty cool. KCAP from KCAP swaps up 23% too. We can see Pippi there up 3.4%. There's these other ones that we talked about. CAS there, Gala there. So lots of different things up at the moment. IMX. IMX and CAS was doing pretty well, weren't they? Lido. And of course, Pulse there. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is on the daily. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly there. So Pulsechain and Hex there up about 24 and 21%. Let's look at the monthly. Oh, look at that. Whee! PHEX there on the monthly, 75. EHEX at 163%, like a boss. Pulse there as well. Pretty amazing. I'm not sure if they have PulseX on this. Not sure, but there is Pulse on that one. Looking not too bad, not too bad. Let's look at the year. I haven't even looked at the year one before. Look at CAS up 49% on the year. So I've got to actually look up that because that's been performing pretty well. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with that one actually. All right, so pretty good on the daily. That's how we're rock and rolling. Let's move over to Bitcoin and have a look at this. Bam. Did I get a green from Briz? I did. There we are. There's a green from Briz. Wee-hee. All right, cool. Yeah, it's pretty green across the board. Looking really, really, really nice. Let's look here. Wookie says he's a party animal. Nice one, Wookie. Or animal party or something. All right, so here's Bitcoin looking really, really nice. Look at the structure. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Magnifique, magnifique. Sometimes I think I'm Italian, but, you know, I'm not Italian. I don't know if I have any Italian background whatsoever. Maybe I have a little bit, but who knows. But anyway, we're at 35,000, looking really good. And look at this little zigzag. We had this big power move. Whee! We had the golden cross back here. Remember, we got that fake out with the death cross, and then we got a golden cross. That was such a fake out. Look at that thing. I haven't seen one of those. I haven't gone back further than maybe 2017 or something, but I haven't seen one of those for a little while. So that's pretty crazy. We got the golden cross here. So that's that yellow line is the 50-day EMA or moving average, and that blue line is the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin. And look at that. The short term has just gone bullish over the long term there. So that golden cross with the short term is over the long term looking really, really good. We've had pretty much good news around the speaker. Like I say, we've got a little challenge here around the budget, but I think we'll probably just get extended if it doesn't get settled. We've got Bitcoin ETF approval potentially the earliest at the end of this year. And the other thing, of course, we got the Fed meeting, which we're expecting a no change as well. So I think that's going to be pretty good news on that. So therefore, we've got a wonderful window of opportunity, basically. And I've got that going through all the way through to the 17th of January when we might get potential a budget stopgap extension there, and that was from Mike Johnson. So that's kind of the macro view. Obviously, we've got a couple of geopolitical wars on at the moment. Apart from that, the markets are looking pretty good. So the crypto is looking particularly good, and so that is the play there. Look at that play. Woo-hoo-hoo. And of course, the big news, of course, is really obviously we've got about 12 Bitcoin ETFs coming, and it's very exciting. One of those is the BlackRock one, and the BlackRock one has basically talked about treasuries, gold, silver, and crypto now being a flight to quality, which is unbelievable. We're going to quickly listen to that because I love this video. It's so good, so pivotal for crypto.
It's around the world about the need for crypto. I mean, when you think about, I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
So it's not just about the ETFs, is it? It's also about a narrative about flight to quality, which is really, really bullish. So looking really good. So I think it's going to be pretty cool, folks. We've got a really nice thing happening here. We've got the BTC halvening back out here the 17th April, and I think our view looks pretty good of where we're heading. So very excited to see that. So really nothing much apart from that little budget thing issue. We could have the BTC approved anytime as early as mid-December, maybe way through to the first quarter. So anywhere in the year, basically, between the Bitcoin halving and that is probably the most likely time we might get that approved. So fingers crossed on that. Obviously, it takes time for capital to ramp up, but what we might see is a lot of these firms buying big BTC, as they are probably already in advance of this move for their clients to get them good rates and things like that, I guess. And all sorts of stuff like that could be happening. So pretty cool. And we got some news about that. So let's quickly zoom in on the BTC ETF. And of course, this is from Eric Balkunas. Each of the tickets chosen so far, ARK B, IBTC, and BTCCO, show these ETFs are being aimed squarely at advisors and the rich boomers they serve versus being aimed at the retail. Obviously, we knew this is more around institutional, large, wealthy people that are going to be using these investment vehicles to have managed Bitcoin holdings. Otherwise, we would see HODL type tickers, but boring but smart, in my opinion, they say. So this is the Invesco Galaxy Bitcoin ETF. They're going to be having their one is ticker is going to be BTCO. Now it pops up, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be approved, right? This gets popped up there, just like we saw with the BlackRock one. Caused a bit of a fuss here, and that is pretty much it. So kind of cool. That is on the DTCC site, which is like a trust custodial site there. Spot Bitcoin ETF for Invesco and Galaxy gets the ticker BTCO listed on the DTCC. So that is pretty cool. And I thought I'd just pull it up just to show you how it's kind of getting real. It's kind of getting real with these tickers, first BlackRock and this one coming up and others. So I'm very, very excited about that. And of course, the SEC losing a lot of cases, it's kind of good, helps with this too. All right, so that is some of the interesting stuff there. Let's move away to Pulsechain and have checked that out. We're going to be summarizing the results of day 176 on Pulsechain. So we're getting up towards that 6-month mark for Pulsechain. Before we do though, we've got a couple more comments in the chat, so let's get to that. Rev10 says, hey people, happy 9-inch. Hey, nice Rev10. We're going to be talking about that later on. That's the title of the video. We've got a big title there. 9-inch farms and single-side staking for Paul Pleb, Pulse.Wed, Eco, VEMP, Web3, 150% APR, and PulseMarket NFTs. So there's a lot of words in there, but those are the main things we're covering today. Bruce says, I was into Neo before I got into Hex. I sold my Neo to buy my Hex. Nice one. Ching, ching. Pump has begun, says Surely Fortress. Hold on, ladies. Absolutely. Hold on. All right. We got the price there. Quadruple 0648, up 4.6%. Feels like it's rising this weekend too. I was talking to our TA specialist in our Discord, Brennan, and he was feeling like it was good for the weekends because we've had a couple of good weekends, and maybe we've shedded that negative Sunday. Excuse me, that negative Sunday where we get a bit of a sell-off or a slow day on Sunday. So we may have a very bullish green weekend, especially when the stock market had the best week, right, as well last week. So kind of cool. 65% of sacrifice price. So we're slowly creeping back to that mean sacrifice price there. And so onwards and upwards. PulseX is at quadruple 0195, up almost 6%. PulseX doing the best at the moment. I really feel like this bubbly thing happening in PulseX. I'm expecting that ratio to flip back as well between Pulse and PulseX there. And of course, the relativity to the mean sacrifice price as well. So we're sitting just under 20% of sacrifice price, and no real movement there. We've been moving up, 1 or 2 percentage points there, but we're at the sort of the getting up towards the top end again. One pulse will get you 3.32 PulseX. So that's definitely gone from 4 down to 3.3, the pulse to PulseX ratio. So definitely PulseX getting a bit stronger over this time. And that's what we talked about, some time ago, that would happen at some stage. If you just had to be patient, it would happen. Now, the buy and burn is 537.5 billion PulseX. And of course, I remind everybody every day, this is the secret sauce that makes, helps make Pulsechain even more superior. It's one of the many mega pumpamentals for Pulsechain. And we got 2.61% burned. So it's amazing. That basically is out of the public hands and won't be sold. And of course, we assume the Origin account holdings are just all inactive. So they're basically, you can just ignore the supply as well. So OA plus 2.6% of the public supply off the market. That's kind of a cool way of looking at it. Pretty cool. All right, so the incentive token there is $1.06. We're down about 1% there. The ratio continuing to fall, 16,437. We must be probably somewhere between 15 and 16 million incentive tokens in existence now, with the buy and burn there just popping over 113,000 on the TRH protocol. And I'm going to say it again, TYCZ, that lobby closed, 2 days ago? I'm very excited for that. It's going to be called DeFi Binance. It's taking Binance on. It's going to have a lot of the popular stuff that people want, including validating, lots of different stuff, possibly a centralized order book. Could be the first time. I'm not sure of any DeFi order book out there that's like a centralized exchange. If it does anything, this is my speculation, of course, but if it does anything like that, I think that's going to be a real boom time. We're really excited about that stuff. So cool. Fingers crossed on that, and go with Jacob on that one. All right, Hex PX at 1.49 cents. EHEX at 0.089 cents, so just under 9 cents of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX is at 2.38 cents, and PX is up 2.66% there. One PHEX will get you 230 pulse, and one PHEX will get you 1.67 EHEX there. So a little bit of relatively change in favor of EHEX today. Those are the summaries there for the Richard Hart Gold and Cryptos. We're going to go quickly to the charts. This is the daily chart for Pulse versus Dime, and we can see a nice strong green day today. I think we're going to start getting some power moves in these greens. See these bigger green candles? We could very easily start to see that in the next couple of days. We've really bounced off the 50 Bollinger Bands here, and up and away, going quite nicely here as well. The other thing, of course, the RSI is a little bit on the high side at 65, so maybe this probably indicates that we'll probably have a nice green day in there somewhere, but we'll probably just sort of slowly staircase up. That's the way this RSI is telling me at the moment, that it won't be just a beep, beep. And we could do that. We could do something up here and get up here straight, but it always has to cool off, right? Always has to cool off. So we may just slowly step up and just slowly etch our way up here like that, and have the RSI sort of cool down, maybe down here like that, something like that. So we'll see how that goes. The other side, of course, is let me just go full screen here. As we will get back to the, let me just hide the overlays. We'll get back to the SEC price, right? So that's the other thing, which is still the opening SEC or pre-SEC price, still 55% to get back to there, which is 0001 target. So that is pretty much it. PulseX at the moment pretty similar as well, but actually doing relatively better than Pulse. And we're at quadruple 0195. We can see almost 6% gain at the moment, and it feels like we're getting a bit of momentum there. We're also in the top of the Bollinger Bands as well. The RSI there, we bounced off the 50. It's pretty similar to the Pulse, really, and the RSI looking pretty similar. So similar story there for these, but looking good. Slowly etching our way up. That's pretty nice. And then what I suggest to you might happen, what might happen here is that if we go full screen, is that on PulseX, we've got a lot more work to do to get back to some of the bigger numbers, but also to get back to the pre-SEC price. We've got a, let me just pull that up, SEC price there. So we've got 59%, basically 60%, let's round it, to get back to the pre-SEC price and recapture that value that was destroyed by the SEC. Yeah, you know it. You know who looks after the SEC, who looks after the consumers? Apparently it's the consumers. Who looks after the investors? Apparently it's the investors. Who wrecks the value? Well, it's the SEC. They're the ones that go around wrecking value. Anyway, all right. So that's pretty much it. Let's go back up into the mean price. We've got a lot more work to get back to the mean price for PulseX, and that is still sitting there. As I say, if you're willing to be patient, this could be some of the maddest gains you're going to get out there. I mean, if you can go try and get, 3 to 5% in the bank retail. I don't know what they're offering these days, but somewhere down there with the higher interest rate cycle. We're on the sort of higher interest rate cycle now. But 410% is sitting there for PulseX. If you're a believer, and I don't mean a Justin believer, I mean a Pulsechain believer, then you'll be up 410%. Yes, I have used that joke like 20 times, but I don't know. This is funny. It's funny. All right, so that's kind of the play there at the moment. And yeah, I kind of feel like we're going to get some big, stronger green candles in here on the PulseX. And the other things that may pump this, Power City's coming up, man, with the PXDC, and it's going to collateralize PulseX. We could get some mad gains on here. We've got some big holders of PulseX, and they can go on to Power City, and even the retail book can, right? Because you only need to do $500 in, for leverage there, and wow, we can see that. So major stuff coming. Power City is one of our biggest ecosystems, and I think it's just, apart from Portal X, which I think has been doing very well, from what I can tell. Haven't seen the numbers, but I imagine that people are using that all over the place. I use it. Imagine a lot of people are using Portal X to do on-chain and cross-chain stuff there. Obviously, there's a limit to what they can do at the moment. But yeah, I think that's pretty exciting where that's going to head with the old Power City Earn protocol. And of course, we also got PulseX as well, with potential single-side staking and things like that. The DAO could have some magic behind it if that gets launched. And of course, the smaller feature upgrades, which will be popular as well, like limit orders. So there's lots of things that could do this. There's other third-party protocols as well that could lift this, as well as potentially more stuff from the no expectations address. Yeah, we have no expectations. So you guys know what I'm talking about. So that is the play there. That's the play. So 410% is sitting there waiting nice and coolly as well. All right, let's jump over to the incentive token and quick look at that. $1.06, and the ratio at the moment to Pulse is at an all-time low at 16,463 on the old ratio there. Once again, pretty similar story for PulseX because it's a dual token system, and of course we'll just keep watching out for that. Bam, a PHEX at the moment. PHEX there looking like a boss. Nice little bullish hammer here, and fingers crossed this goes up and to the right as well. And so far we're at 14.89. We're about to start a new day. And 3 minutes at a time, we're going to have a new candle. This is a fairly bullish looking doji from my memory. So hopefully that's going to be up and to the right, which will be pretty cool. And as Surely Fortress says, the pump has begun. Yeah. What else there? PLS to the moon, says Hex OG. Absolutely. We've got InvestX in the house. Hey, evening, everybody. What's up, everybody? In fact, we're going to bring up InvestX because I was going to talk about that with Hex. Normally I bring it up every day, or not most days, I should say. Sometimes I do forget, but we're going to bring that up in a minute. HexVex, by the way, if you're not familiar, does the best workstation on Pulsechain. Really amazing site. So I'm going to check that out in a minute. Hex OG says Power City to the moon. Yeah, I think it's going to be with the fact that we've got an upward market at the moment. We've got the Bitcoin going up. We've got Pulsechain slowly creeping up. And then we get things like liquid loans and Power City coming out with the stable coins and the leverage and all that sort of stuff. Could be really, really cool. We get both. We win on the supply side and the demand side. And so maybe we get some sort of massive uplift from that on an up market. Beautiful, folks. The timing has turned out to be very, very good indeed. So looking forward to that. All right, so that is it. We're at the top of the Bollinger Bands. The RSI is, similar looking to the other ones, 63 on the RSI there. So that is PHEX. Is that all I was going to say? No, I want to say one more thing about that, and that is getting back to the pre-SEC price is only 32% away. And you guys, they only, maybe like a day or two in the chart. If we start getting some of these big green pumps, that could be very easily. Maybe we'll get it tomorrow. Maybe we'll get it today. I mean, the next candle, we've got 2 minutes to go. Maybe we'll get it on the next day. We'll get a nice big green pump. Fingers crossed. Before we cool off on the RSI. EHEX there having a pretty good day as too, up 2.8%. And yeah, let's see how we go on this one too. This one here is already above the SEC price, the first one to do that, and that was just below at the moment, so it's already slightly up above that. Let's do the little maths while we're at it. It's very subtle, but it is up 2.8 cents, 2.8% at the moment, but it's been over that obviously for some time. So that is pretty much it. The RSI is the best out of them all. Best out of the Richard Hart ones there, down to 62. So got a bit more room than others in there at the moment. So that is the Hex. Now let's bring up InvestX. You guys wanted it. Well, InvestX is in the chat, but we're going to bring it up anyway because we normally do. And that is the combined charts of PHEX and EHEX here on InvestX.io. This is the #1 workstation on Pulsechain. And boy, does it look good. Does it look good or what? It's this full chunk full of information, charts, tokens, and insights. And of course, look, all these different features you can use up the top here. Invest Suite, new listings, Peer Explorer, portfolio, multi-charts, etc. And the one thing about InvestX, which I admire, is that not only do they have done a great platform, but they've also focused on their marketing and promotion. It was some comment that I made early on, and man, they have crushed it, and they've reaped the rewards. because they really get a lot of engagement now and have really built up their socials. And that's just going to continue as we go into this bull market. They could be have a big influencer there as well. So, well done to the InvestX crew, which we've had interviewed once before on this channel. So you can check out that video back in the day. All right, let's have a quick look at the Hex chart, which is this one here. I'm going to actually scroll this, make this a little bit bigger. So this is the one here. This is the PX combined price. So we're going to click on that. And you can see the beautiful overlay. I mean, this is the best. This is the best overlay, a UI that I've seen in the Pulsechain. So really, really nice. We're going to click full screen, and we're going to go to the hourly and have a quick look at that. So just have a look where the PX EX combined is currently at 2.38 cents. The recent local high was at 2.7. Before that, of course, we had 3 cents back here, which was beautiful to hit that. Just goes to show you that Hex is getting more momentum on the chart. So really, really excited about where Hex will go. All right, that is pretty much it on those. So let's jump away and we're going to get into the rest of the stuff that we're going to talk about, which is the validators. At the moment, we've got 48,884 validators, looking really good. Pulsechain is the people's chain, as we see it, with all those beautiful people around the world validating, including Africa. Africa there. There's Africa. Look, the Cape down there. So kind of cool. We've got 1.56 trillion is now staked, so over 10%. And of course, we're waiting for the liquid loans. That should help to boom that too. It also doesn't include the EIP 159 burn or from the Genesis validators. So it's kind of cool like that. So nice, doing very well indeed. Gas prices, let's go to those. We've got 463,000 beats, so very cheap gas away at the moment on the beats. The price of a PulseX swap is 9/10 of a penny, a 6/100th of a penny for a Pulse transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PSC20 transfer. We're 743 times cheaper than Ethereum. Ethereum has come down in price at the moment, $670 for a swap on Uniswap, but we're still 2,881 times cheaper than Bitcoin at the moment, looking really good. So bullish for Pulsechain protocols, because on Pulsechain we've got all the big roadmap, over 180 projects, and of course a lot of them do compounding. And of course, to have a cheap chain, to do that in a fast chain like Pulsechain means that those actually work. They work for the retail book, which means we can get mass adoption building up over time on Pulsechain. So it's kind of cool like that. Now that is day 176. We're going to be starting day 177, heading towards the end of 6 months soon. So that's pretty cool. Let's check out the other site. I want to talk about Pulsecoin List. I haven't talked about this for a little while, but Pulsecoin List is another great site like InvestX. This is more of a newer one. But they have token ranking, ERC 20s versus PRC 20s. So really quite cool for that. It's coinlist.com, multi-chart, stats, etc. Now you can find all these links in our Discord under useful links and Pulsechain projects. We've got 2 different data categories. So useful links, you can find this, and of course Pulsechain projects there as well. Now they've also got the ecosystem map too, which you might find very, very cool, where you can actually go and sort by different categories to find different projects. Really, really neat list here. This has just been building up all the time. And you can sort it by different things. DeFi, for example, will bring up DeFi protocols. DEXs, it will bring up DEXs. Really, really cool like that. So nice little filter there at the moment. And of course, we're going to go to stats. Stats is really cool. And we don't typically use this, but I might use it a bit more often going forward. Obviously, we have the Richard Hart tokens, but we also have cool stuff around Pulsechain as well. So we have Pulsechain supply. We have the amount of inflation or burning that's going on, supply changes and Pulse. It's kind of cool like that with the burn, supply growth, and issuance over the last 30 days. I don't know why they don't have it from the beginning of Pulsechain, but they had to have a 30-day period. They got the gas explorer here as well. So another view of the gas that we just looked at on GoPulse. And of course, this is all similar to ultrasound money for Ethereum. And they got this kind of cool gas range as well, which is kind of neat there. They got the burn there, looking pretty good. Looks like we're burning approximately about 48,000 pulse per minute at the moment over the last 7 days. So on an average per minute over the 30 days, it looks like 54,000 on average per pulse is being burned per minute. So that's a pretty cool insight there. So every minute, pulse is being destroyed. All right, so that's kind of the play. Now, people are mining, obviously, with the validators. They're basically mining pulse, but the issuance is actually quite low, relatively speaking, as we can see on these charts. Where's the chart here? This one here. 30-day, we're at 0.13% inflation there on the PLS supply. So pretty cool site there, Pulsecoin List. Check it out. And you can also check your pulse balance on there too. You can also buy Pulse there on there as well. So it's kind of neat. All right, let's jump over to the other charts here. We're going to go PRC20. So this is our second category. We're going to sort by liquidity, of course, as usual. And we can see that Diatropa there is at 5335. Wrap Bitcoin is 107 at the moment. It's kind of moving sideways, isn't it? On the Wrap Bitcoin. So let's quick look at that. Yeah, pretty much moving sideways on the Wrap Bitcoin. That is over $100. It's kind of holding that. Tropa is up 1.3%. So everything else, not too much to say about everything else here. I'm looking through. Pepe is probably the best story. Oh, actually, Plutos is not doing too bad, but 12.6%. Very small liquidity though on that. And Pepe has probably been the best performer of the day. Actually, we've got a Pepe up here, haven't we? Pepe is up 14%, so it seems to be the best performer on the list. And this has been one of the ones that we've talked about keeping a watch on, right? Is this, and potentially might do well with the 9-inch decks in the future. Maybe not the next couple of days, but in the future might end up doing quite well on the 9-inch decks. And that's had 2 good green days at the moment. It's sort of bouncing off the bottom there, isn't it? 8 zeros, 5,700, and it's currently at 8 zeros, almost 8,000 there. So kind of cool. Keep a watch on the watch list for that one. And yeah, but typically you have to sort of move on these in advance, right? Otherwise you're catching it as it's on the move. Right, what else? We're going to move on from there to the meme coins and have a look at these. Just having a sort by liquidity. We've got Reflux. What do we got? Mega is down 6%. Access Alive is down 13%. So Access Alive there from the influencer, Access Alive in the Pulsechain Hex community, TA specialist. And yeah, look at that, is down at the moment. Had its glory day up here at 13,000, now down at 4,300. So we'll see where that goes. Still got 100K liquidity in it. So not too bad there. And Reflux there is up 5%. So have a quick look at that, see how that's going. I know that Rags to Riches did a video on this. I haven't watched it, but he did a video on Reflux here. So you can check out Rags to Riches on that one. That's pretty much it. We're going to go quickly to 9-inch soon, but first we're going to go to Pulsechain projects. Have a sort by liquidity there. We can see that what else is doing the best here? P-Drip is up 16%, so it's at $20.75. It's an ROI protocol game. And of course, that came from BNB. Was very successful in there for multiple years. However, it had a big, boom in the chart for about 2 months, and then it started getting sold off. But we're not seeing that on Pulsechain. We are seeing a more resilient price on the old Pulsechain there for P-Drip. Let's have a quick look at that while we're talking about it. This is on the daily on P-Drip, and that is our chart. So we had a big rally on it. Of course, we got up to $63, came all the way down to $11, and is actually performing much better in that sense. And I think it's past the 2-month period too. Well, how many days? That's 84 days, so almost 3 months, and it seems to be performing very well. And some of these might perform a little different on Pulsechain too. They have certain gamifications in the ROI platforms also, but performing pretty well lately. That's a nice little uptrend there on the old P-Drip. Once again, more speculative, but it's give credit where credit's due, right? Pulse Reflections also is a tax token. So has different tax mechanisms as compared to Drip, for example. But that is the tax token there. People have earned, well over 6 billion Pulse, I believe it is. And that is just down today on there. But people keep earning on the trading. Liquidity at 65K. Just take care out there. Tax tokens, not generally favorable tax tokens, generally speaking. VEMP there, of course, we're going to talk about that. That is up 17%. Which is pretty cool. So nice little bump day today. And that's probably going to lead us into our conversation about VEMP. So we'll get into that first before we get to 9-inch decks. So VEMP at the moment, they put out a tweet here 3 hours ago. Maddest APR, annual percentage return in the entire space. Pulse is up. Pulse APR is 154%. BNB is 52%. And BUSD is 19%. Remember, that came from BNB too. And this project and operates on them. Now, VEMP is a Web3 gaming. As far as I know, is it the only game? Maybe one of 2 or 3 like proper gamings on Pulsechain. It's really the only Web3 one that I'm fully aware of. Let me know in the chat. There's others, but the 154% APR on there at the moment, looking pretty good. So that is on VEMP. I'll post that in the chat there if you want to follow up on it. Once again, do your due diligence on it. I'm just covering it as a review. And you can check all that stuff out. But that is the VEMP Web3 gaming. And as I understand, this really is the third. They've got 3 games. They've got 3 games. I'm not sure if any of them are on Pulsechain yet, but they're on BNB at the moment. But yeah, this is the VEMP Studio website. They've got Web3 games, and they also have staking, right? So it's kind of cool. Here are some of the games that they have. You can see them here on the Web3, and they have security audits. This is their document, so they've got all their list of the stuff you must, do your due diligence before getting involved with any project. But they do have smart contract audits, game economy audits, secure storage of assets. They do have that has been a focus here. They've got lots of different things here around the games, around the tokenomics, and stuff like that, the vision and mission. So they're pretty, it's a really good site for information. And once again, always, if you do get involved in VEMP investing, always do your due diligence, not financial advice. But that is pretty much that. And if you go to the website, let me go to the website here. At the top here, vemp.xyz, and you can see, you can click the button at the top. You can explore the games, or you can stake with the token. So you hit the stake button there, and then you have to connect up to your wallet on the old Pulsechain. Let me click that one, and bam, and join up. So that is this is the site here. Now the APR there, 146%, so it's a little bit lower than what was there earlier, because obviously people have pumped up the chart, haven't they? Looks like they got a bit of a FOMO on that today with the APR, and they got some investment. Now the liquidity is very small still on Pulsechain, $7,600, so a very retail play kind of thing. But you never know, it may become a winner, a chicken dinner, and yeah, we'll see on that one. And of course, you can stake in here and all that sort of stuff, and get an APR. Make sure you do your things. Take your tokens here to earn a yield on your holdings, and also on secondary yield on VEMP. And once profits are realized within the relevant staking pool strategies, these are redistributed. So you're going to have to learn about all the stuff. They've got a calculator down the bottom. You can put all that sort of stuff in there if you buy VEMP and things like that. So once again, make sure you read through everything, that you understand the platform. If you decide to get into it, not financial advice, of course. That is pretty much it. All right, so that is VEMP Studios, offering some pretty nice high APR. Seems to have been pretty consistent for some time too. You can see all the stats here as well. So have a good look through and get to understand it before you decide. If you do decide to get involved with it, obviously not endorsing it, but just covering the fact that it's doing pretty well at the moment. All right, maybe $100 worth. Let's see. All right, so that is it from VEMP. The other one we're going to cover is 9-inch, of course. So let's go to the 9-inch tokens here. We've got our own category for 9-inch. Let's jump over to that. And here are the 9-inch tokens. I've got them all separated out by themselves. This is the third biggest TVL project on Pulsechain at the moment. So you got PulseX, and then you got what is it? PHUX, the balancer fork, and now you've got 9-inch here. So sorted by liquidity, we can see that 9-inch on Pulsechain is up 3.6%. 9-inch on the bridged into Pulsechain for E9-inch or RAP 9-inch. It's at 2% there. BBC token is up 1.7%. So they've actually been hammered, haven't they, the last couple of days? Absolutely hammered. Now, there are some issues with the team that need to be dealt with, and that is their marketing promotion is not very good. They need to be consistent and do a lot more in that space. Much of the platform they've had some good stuff, good parts of the launch, but they've also had some poor stuff with the launch, right? Around the APRs are completely wrong. That is a fundamental flaw. When they launched it, it took them too long to fix it up as well. So there is some, fair constructive criticisms for them to take note, and they wonder why they get some feedback from people, and it's justified feedback. So they need to take it on board and address it, because it is a good platform. It has been launched on both Ethereum and Pulsechain, but they do need to do things right, and if there's some errors, they need to fix them up faster as well. So some important stuff there. They also need to deliver their timelines properly as well. Their timelines have been missed as well. So there's been some pros and some cons with the launch. So I would give it probably a 6 out of 10 for the launch. But the value offering, of course, is very high potentially if they get it right, and I'm sure they'll get back on track with that once everything's up and running. So that's kind of the left there. Now we're waiting for the next phase, which is where the ETH go memes, Paul Pleb and Pulse Dodge. These three here. They're all pretty much down slightly at the moment, and so we'll see how that goes. So we had some news. So let's go into the news. And before we do that, let's have a quick look at the charts. This is 9-inch on the old Pulsechain, and we can see that's the chart there at the moment, sold down. Now, people who sacrifice are still in the money quite a bit, because that is the sacrifice price here. So based on that numbers, if is probably around about 81% plus the ETH chain as well on top there at the moment. So that is the old 9-inch pulse. The Bridgeton E9-inch, which is wrap 9-inch, that is, let me look at the daily here. Daily, let's go to the hourly. Okay, I had it on the hourly. That is the hourly chart there at the moment on the old Bridgeton one. It's a little bit shorter in time. It's currently 50878. And BBC is now on the Pulsechain side is at 42 cents for BBC. So it's still holding actually okay. I mean, it used to be over $1, but that's holding. And the other one there, the BBC on, if we go to Ethereum, 9-inch on Ethereum, which is not Bridgeton, that is actually at 508857. It's having a nice little green day there on the hourly. Oh, so that's on the hourly, I should say. So that's kind of cool. Let me auto log that. That is the chart there for 9-inch on Ethereum. And I thought that was kind of underpriced there, a little bit underpriced, but hey, look, they've had a few little issues to deal with. So probably not surprising there. BBC on the Ethereum side is at 6 cents. Oh my gosh, this thing is the worst of them all. This is not great at all on the let's go to the hourly here. This is the hourly chart here on BBC on the old Ethereum side, 6 cents. It did get down to 4.7 cents. Can you believe it? But hey, look, it used to be up at $2.13. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's just the way it goes sometimes, and that's down 97%. So there we go. And it did get down much lower. That's from this point. I mean, from the top there, it's down way lower. So if you actually take it from this top up here, it got down as low as 99.28%, and it's currently down 99%. So there we go. That is pretty bad. I think it was way undersold, like oversold, but we'll see how we go there at the moment. 146,000 liquidity on the old ETH chain. It is more expensive to operate over there, of course. You got the fees and you got to enable farms and all sorts of stuff. It does add up. And when you've been on Pulsechain, it's just like, oh my, you get a bit of shock when you go back to Ethereum to do stuff, right? Because it's so much expensive. And especially if you're going into farms, you got to enable and approve and then trade, and it's like adds up. You've got 3 or 4 transactions to do just with one deal, right? One deal. So for the retail book, that's a bit of a pain in the butt, right? So yeah, that is the BBC. And what else we got? The meme coins. We're going to talk about those before we do. We got the news, of course. This was out earlier today, just for the live stream. 9-inch said the new farming and staking pools for Hex ecosystem meme coins are being deployed within 1 to 3 days. So this is way later than we expected. We expected at day 5. This is like day 10, day 11, day 12, something like that. So it's definitely taking a bit longer, not today. So obviously still working on that, maybe around some of the maths or something for the emissions. I don't know. The 9-inch launch event is in full swing, and we are focused on ironing out some UI stuff. And I think they need to do that. So the pause is a good idea. As I just said, they need to fix up some stuff, and that would be good news for you guys, and good news for the 9-inch decks, and good news for the Pulsechain. So it's good that they're taking a pause and getting that right before getting these farms out. I know that people have been speculating on these, of course, in the run-up, and that's disappointing. But sometimes it's better to do that. Someone said, are you going to have any stream? No official stream, even though all attendees are wearing a Venetianary mask. So lots of jokes, but you've got to deliver. You can't just deliver jokes, which is all good, but you got to also deliver. So it's good that they are taking a pause. Now, obviously, they've got their birthday party on, right? They got their launch party or whatever. That's on the 4th. Has that happened already? Maybe it happened already. I don't know. Was it on the 4th there? Maybe it's happening now. I don't know. But that is pretty much it for that. So that is the news. I'll leave a link to that if you want to leave a comment or anything on the 9-inch. So we're going to be, have to be a bit more patient with that. But it's coming. It's coming. We're trying to be positive on that, but there we go. You got to call out a spade when it's a spade. You say something's successful when it's successful. Something's mixed when it's got pros and cons to it, sort of mixed bag, and something's crap. You call it out when it's not too right. So I kind of give it, like I say, a 6 out of 10. On there's some positives, there's some not some things they need to work on, but it looks like they're listening now, and they are fixing up some of the UI stuff, which is good. 2 thumbs up for that. That's all you can ask for, right? All right, let's see what else comments we've got in the chat. We got Banana Junkie and House there. PZN up to the right. Yeah, PZN's been doing pretty well with the old supply there on Pulsechain. I said to you guys the Zen would do well on Pulsechain. To me, it's one of the two best chains, Pulsechain, Ethereum, and that's the best place for PZN. The other thing is the supply burn has been unbelievable, and it's a win-win, right? Win for the Zen community, win for the Pulsechain community. So bring it on, bring it on. As Richard Hart says, you know, the more protocols will come on and they'll bid for space. They'll bid for block space, and that's what we see. And I love it. I love it. Bring it on. Morning, folks. Pump it, says Brennan. Absolutely. I like it, Brennan. Hey, we got Toby Wan in the house there. Hey, there. Hey, good to see you, Toby Wan. Big shout out. What was it, Toby? I haven't seen Toby Wan for a little while. I was buzzing 9-inch chops on X in regard to the APRs being way off. Unbelievable. It was really bad, actually, for investors and stuff like that. So good that you held them to account, that one. But I'm sure they will work it out. PLSX had the same issue early on. It did. Growing pains, but it's killing price short term. Yes, it is. Absolutely well said. You just took the words out of my mouth. So yeah, I can't remember what I say, but I think that's pretty there. Now, this is constructive criticism, right? We're not here to, I love the 9-inch thing. I like the team's doing good stuff there. It's a little bit adult only for me in the theme. I'm a family channel, but apart from that, that is a big value add to Pulsechain, and also on the Ethereum side, which I think will do well over time. I think the Ethereum side, we want to eat some Uniswap lunch, right? We need solutions to do that. And once it's all up and running and humming, we really need to get out and promote that DEX on the Ethereum as well, because we want to get rid of Pulsechain, right? And also we're waiting for that. There is going to be an EHEX PHEX farm coming. We want to get that too. We want to really start to attack the Uniswap. It's fake DeFi, right? Fake DeFi. And Pulsechain is probably the only community on the planet, apart from maybe some of the big influencers, that could actually impact Uniswap. Obviously, Pulsechain, or at least prior, the Hex community actually made Uniswap. Richard Hart made Uniswap, got his community to make that, and of course, then they backstab you. Right? They don't backstab you; they front stab you. They front stab you. And of course, we got to push back. We are big enough, we are powerful enough, and we're going to be true DeFi, right? Where people get a fair go in crypto, and there's none of this blocking stuff. What's up, everybody from Toby Wan? Brazilji said, SingSide staking platforms scare me. I feel like they could just close the website down and run off with the liquidity pool, says Briz. Any word on 9-inch limit orders only working for sell orders above spot? That seems crazy to me, but I haven't tried it yet myself. No, I haven't either. I know that KDP did a video on limit orders. I've only just done quick reviews on it. So let us know if you've actually used the limit order in the chat there. Let us know how you got on. Briz says, yeah, APR is still way off. It says 458%. I was measuring 150. Yeah, it's a big problem. So hopefully they'll fix that up. Yeah. All right. We got Pudding Guru. Thanks, Superman. You're most welcome. We got Blobfish King in the house with the Emoji King, looking really, really good. Toby Wan says more like a 2.25 inch than 9-inch. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those. That's probably the biggest meme. They like memes in 9-inch, so that's they won't be too worried about that. But I'm not surprised about that. Superman rocks. Yeah. Rock and roll. Hey, thanks for that, Toby Wan. What else we got going on there? Smash the like button, says David Gomez. Absolutely smash the like button. Britt says, I put some LP on the 9-inch ETH side to collect $100. It costs $16. Then I wanted to swap it. It would cost another. Yeah, I know. You're not there. Yeah, a lot of people had that experience. It's not cool. Ethereum is dead to me. Yeah, Ethereum is a big problem. But I think that the 9-inch DEX can be and will be, I think, a great solution to counter that the Uniswap. We're going to get rid of Uniswap, and if we've got a lot of the liquidity pools sitting in there with EHEX, PHEX, and bridged in Pulse over to Pulsechain. Sorry, bridged in Pulse and PulseX over to Ethereum. Then if we have it on our own sort of DEX solutions for the community, that will do very, very well. 31 different safe moon tokens listed on PulseX DEX, says Valiance. Meme coins love their tax tokens. Yes, they do indeed. It's pretty much everywhere now. Is the team going to front run the pools just like they did with everything else, says Amy Vance? Well, I'm not sure what you mean. You're talking about the 9-inch team. I'm not sure. Could you let me know? Give me a bit of context around that, Amy. Be appreciated. Now, Lies Beneath. Woohoo! One of the longest members on the channel. Supportive. Big shout out to Lies Beneath, of course, who comes in and crushes it all day with Richard Hart, Gold and Crypto Alpha. So big shout out. 17-month membership. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication for the community, especially in these various times. You're welcome, Lies Beneath. And once again, right back to you, Lies Beneath, because you have been crushing it on this channel. And so thank you so much for what you do as well. You know, I mean, we're influencers out here doing our thing, right? We're just basically sharing the journey with you guys. But man, the community members are really what makes the things rock. And if you guys remember, go back to Richard Hart. They said that you got asked, what's the one thing, just one thing, pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, but one thing that you got that has surprised you to the upside, and that he said is the community. And that's the thing. That's people like you, Liben. So a big shout out. I did the same thing, Briz. Nice there. Yeah, rip ETH. Yeah. It is expensive. Yeah. We were talking about that exact topic about using 9-inch and how expensive all the gas fees were, and then enabling farms and other stuff like that. Yeah. When you've been on Pulsechain, right? You've been on Pulsechain, it's like a cent or less. You don't even notice. It's like, yeah. Share this to all your socials. Superman is one of our very best streamers. I appreciate that, Toby Wan. Thank you so much for that. And likewise, right back at you as well. We got a few influencers in the house here at the moment. Toby Wan, Brizology, who else I saw there earlier. Obviously, we've got Sandy Beach out there. We've got, I don't know if Archie's in here today, but also out there, you know, doing kind of influency things. But once again, the biggest influence out there is the community. So get out there, community, and spread the good word about Pulsechain, because you guys are the number one after all. What's that? Have a pint or two on me. I appreciate that, Toby Wan. It's funny you say that, Toby Wan, and thanks very much for the super sticker. But I had I bought a pack of 6 beers. Now I don't normally drink. I'm a casual drinker. You know, like I drink like a couple times a year at most, and normally in summer. And I bought about a 6-pack the other day. I had like there was 6-pack of beers, but I had like 1 or 2 a day or something for like 3 days. But it was really nice, you know, to have like, they're light beers, right? They're not heavy beers, they're light beers. And this nice, cool stuff. I can't remember what the brand was, but pretty nice as well. Toby One says, is a member different than a subscriber? How do I become a member? Subscribe, yeah, a member is you hit the join button, become members. We've got different memberships. On the Hex Token channel, we've got Pulsechans, Hexkins, and the Richard Hart Club. Those are the 3 different memberships on Hex Token YouTube. On Superman Crypto, which is another channel, we're streaming to 3 channels at the moment, over 10,000 subscribers. On Superman Crypto, which I cover a lot more general crypto and DG and stuff as well. We've got different memberships on there. You can check that out. I've actually got to update those. And of course, we got Discord as well, which is separate again. And the link to Discord is in the video description, which is pretty cool. All right, what else we got going there? Let's jump here. I think that Coronas, yeah. Sorry, I bought Coronas. That's what 6-pack of Coronas, yeah. All right, let's move on. So that is 9-inch. So yeah, really excited about the future for 9-inch, and it's good to see them, you know, addressing some of these sort of early issues that you get. You know, we did see stuff like this on PulseX, so good to see it fixed up. All right, and let's have a look at the tokens prices, see how they went with that news that came out. So obviously the news came out, a bit of a sell down on where the ETH go, because it was actually up to $2.36, and it's been performing like a boss. It just sold down because of the delay, right? 1 to 3 days until this comes out. So it could be 24 hours, could be 72 hours. We'll see how this goes. But where the ETH go performed pretty well. And this is probably the best token in the 9-inch system, right? Because there's only 1 million tokens, and that scarcity, I think it makes it separate itself out from others. I think that's probably the play there. I haven't checked the whales, so you have to check the whales on the list. We go to the contract itself. You can see that there's 1 million where the ETH go. 4,648 addresses, so very distributed from the looks of it. Let's go to the token holders, and let's have a look at that. So some of these, they've got liquidity pools, obviously, in here. So big liquidity pools. A lot of it's in there. And then we've got some of the larger holders here. So there we go. That's some of the larger holders there. It's probably the best one. And like I said, this thing could go $5, $10, quite reasonably with the right, as the 9-inch gets traction and stuff like that. So that is kind of play. Every dollar the price goes up, the market goes up by $1 million. So I definitely think $3 or $4 is not out of the park. And we did hit $3.16 back here, which is not bad. All right, that is where the ETH go. Quickly, we'll have a quick look at Poor Pleb. Poor Pleb at the moment. This is Hexy Bastards token. And what did I do? 50620. So this is kind of where the ETH go's been, where most of the action's been at. This one had a nice little rise, but really it's kind of zigzagging sideways there at the bottom of the range at the moment. So speculation is still going to be occurring on this until that the farm and the single size staking come out. That will suck off demand, off supply off the market, push demand on too, and so that's kind of the play there. Finally, Pulse Dodge, which I actually think that it's got the least holders, but it's got the least holders, but a lot of the holders have got a lot of PLD, and that's kind of the way you put that. It's got the least holders, but a lot of them have got the PLD. Let's go to 4 hourly on this one. We can see that just got sold off too, basically on the news of the delay, as opposed to it not happening, but delay there as well. And that really hasn't broken up to the upside. Right, we had much higher prices way back when. So yeah, let's go to the daily on this one so you can see. Yeah, we were way up here. We had lost a 0 and we got up as high as 1.8 cents. We're currently just over half a penny at the moment. So this really hasn't broken up to the right yet, but it could do. And on the farms and the single size staking could very well do that as well. So we'll watch out for that one. So that is pretty much it on the charts. And we're going to have a quick look at the TYRH protocol. We can see that Burn and Seed have been doing pretty well, up 16 and 12% respectively. TYRH and TYRH, they're up 5%. Now, this might be even more bullish TYRH when it gets a PHUX pull potentially, and of course a 9-inch pull in month number 2 as we're expecting. So we're expecting this to get also supported without taxes apparently. Unlike buying here for the game, there won't be any taxes, that 21% tax, buy tax. So that's also there as well. You want to find out more about that, get into our Discord, links in the video description. 16 cents a day to join up. And of course, Archie there is in the chat there. He's expert in the TYZ protocol as well. A really cool part of our leadership team in Discord. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's have a quick look at the Coast. Since we're talking about all these tokens today, we're really going full on today with the tokens. But Coast there, the stable coin, is pretty much at $1. Look at that. It's just ticking away there at $1. Let me just get that line up there. Look at that. Just ticking away. Performing like a boss is the old Coast token there. 89K liquidity on the old PulseX. But of course, PX, which is where most of the liquidity is looking pretty good. So let's have a look at PX. Now, obviously, PulseX is well over 140 million. The TVL, it's probably higher than that now. And PX is the second biggest protocol. $38.5 million in the TVL there at the moment, and of course 9-inch DEX follows after that. I think it's about $17-18 million at the moment. So that's kind of the play. We can see the stable coin there is sitting at number 4, just under $3 million in it at the moment on the old CST stable. The APR here is 20 to 51%, looking pretty good. And look how much is in there, 2.6 million in CST. And this is where the community plays the biggest role, right? Get out there, get yourself a Coast referral code, get out there and onboard people directly to Pulsechain with CST. It is the fastest way you can get there in a sense, so pretty cool. Obviously, there's ACH in the United States people can use. Other than that, there's other payment methods as well. They also have cross-chain methods of getting there from Ethereum to CST as well, direct to Pulsechain. So kind of cool. Looking pretty good. Pretty nice volume too, 5.2 million volume over the last 90 days, and it looks like it's picked up too recently as well. So looking pretty good. And as you guys know, this will be tied in to Liquid Loans PX USDL and the Power Cities PXDC stable coins when they get up there. So we'll have a fiat straight on the Pulsechain gateway there with all these powerful stables. It's going to be pretty cool. And PX has played a pretty pivotal role there. And now PX is a fork of Balancer, and Balancer has an invariant function which gives you a closer 1-to-1 ratio between stablecoins. So it is pretty cool from that point. I might pull a chart up and show you that just as a visualization, but it's it adds that efficiency in terms of swapping stablecoins, and kind of cool. All right, that is pretty much that. Let us move on. We're going to go to PulseMarket. Now we've got 5 NFT marketplaces live now. And of course, the latest one to launch was Mintra, which is fantastic. One of the biggest sacrifice projects as well. And now we've got PulseMarket, though, is one of the 5 that launched. And pretty amazing there from Hocus Pocus, one of our better utility projects. They have an ecosystem really is Hocus Pocus, and this is their marketplace. Now, they've just announced here, in addition to open system where every NFT deployment is visible on PulseMarket, you'll soon be able to spot newly deployed collections on our landing page. And I think that's fantastic. I love that sort of thing, because often I go to a place and they go, what's new? And I can't see. And so they're going to have that, coming out, which is pretty cool. So you can see they've got most popular collections, which is logical. You want to go, what's the brand name? Winning that brand name battle. This is the thing with NFT collections out there, is that if you're going to have an NFT collection, you want to, if you become more popular, and that's your kind of goal, because then you're going to have people seeing that first. And then, of course, you also want to know what's the latest thing. What can I get on early? Maybe I missed out all these popular ones. Maybe I can get in some of these newest collections, and you can see them there as well. Especially if you're a creator, you can get your new collection, get some free advertising straight off the bat there, because it will pop up on the newest collections there, and you'll get a few eyes on there. It's kind of free marketing there from the platform, which is pretty cool. So the other thing is that we're seeing also is that we're seeing a really explosion in the NFT marketplace. As you guys know, I was the sole pretty much influencer that covered that, just because I felt that no one was covering PRC20 tokens or 1155 contracts, and that it did need to start. You know, there's risks doing that, of course, because you just don't know who the founders are all the time. Of course, some of those played out. But the fact is now it's really booming now, right? The NFT marketplace is really booming. There's lots of creators. You know, so many. We started off with only like a couple of NFT collections. Now we must have hundreds, I guess. It really is getting big out there. So pretty cool on that one. And that's PulseMarket. So big shout out to them. And you can check that out. Obviously, there's others. There's Beatbox, who was first out there. And I'll post the link to that as well. Beatbox was first, and they're still crushing it on the volumes there. But volumes are picking up, you know, on Mitra and other marketplaces like PulseMarket. So definitely we're looking good. Hey, Valiant, woohoo! New member, nice one, Valiant. Is that a re-membership, Valiant, or was that a new membership? I can't remember, but pretty cool. Thank you so much for your support, Valiant. Appreciate that. Big shout out. What else we got going on here? Yeah, looking good. All right, how are we doing for time? An hour and 6 minutes. So that is it on the markets. We're going to move on to Hex, of course, the main event. Hex mining is the main event, and we are a Rich Art Maxi channel. Obviously, the name of the channel is called Hex Token. So there we go. Hex mining. Of course, check it out, hex.com. The link's in the video description as well. Definitely worth checking out. And of course, we're going to look at the results for today, and we're also going to look at the share rate of Hex coming up as well, because it's a big deal. So you can buy Hex on Pulsechain or buy Hex on Ethereum, and then you can then burn it for T-shares. T-shares are like the ownership, and the ownership allows you, T-shares allows you to mine more Hex at a better rate. So kind of cool. You get your principal back too, by the way. Yeah. All right, so let's have a look at the days. Day 1433 on Ethereum. This is Hex results. So the 4th of November, the price there at 0.0899, so just under 9/10 of a penny, up 3.6% from the day before. The payout, this is the main number that you're looking at. The payout per T-share. Remember, T-share is your ownership token. But pretty much it's 6.719 Hex per T-share, so looking really good. Yesterday we got 7.3, which is a pretty nice day. Now the share rate is slowly creeping up. Now in Hex we got 3 different things. Earlier pays better. That's related to the share rate. So the share rate is going up over time. It reflects compound interest. It means that short miners can't get a better result than long-term miners. And it's ticking up slowly and surely. And of course, you want to get in the earlier pays better, because you're going to get a lower share rate today than you will, say, tomorrow or the next day, generally speaking. And of course, the other 2 things that you get are longer pays better and bigger pays better. We'll probably talk about that later on. That's how you get more T-shares and therefore earn more of the rewards. So that is pretty much the play there. Currently, we're at 30,296. That is the share rate. And it is going to go up in this month, particularly strong. We got 26 increase today. But here on hexfire.io by Crispy Man, we have got the share rate tracking here in red, and we can see that number is at 30,270. But we are coming up to a major jump in the Hex share rate. Earlier pays better. So you got to get in earlier to get your T-shares, because it's about to jump big time on the 22nd of November. It is going to jump a 1,400 Hex per T-share. 1,400 Hex. It's a big deal, folks. And of course, you guys on this channel have been aware of that, because I've been talking about it several times over the last couple of months, actually. So there we go. It's up 26 for today. You can see it's creeping up anyway, regardless of the 1,400 Hex. But on the 22nd, it is a jumping mega jump. How more can I say that? I think that's it. I think that's enough. All right, that is pretty much it. We got the average mine length at 7.03 years. The APY is 39.17% for existing T-share miners. All right, and let's have a look at the ownership pool. The ownership pool is up 8,194 T-shares. We got 9,755,000 T-shares in the ownership pool. Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool with the Hex in it. We have a ownership pool with the T-shares in it, which stands for trillions of shares. You burn your Hex to get T-shares, and then you mine the Hex and the reward pools, and you get your principal back as well later on when you finish your mining period. And of course, let's have a look at the reward pool. The reward pool that I talked about has 65.5 million Hex today. It also includes a 50% share of 1.3 million Hex penalties, and we've got 9.38% of the coins locked at the moment. Let's have a look here. The growth numbers. We're up 20 liquid holders on Ethereum, and we're down 5 miners on the Ethereum there. We've got 119,835 miners on the old Ethereum chain. Looking at Pulsechain, which was day 176, I think. Yeah, 176. 40, yeah, that's the day there, 176. And we got the 4th of November. The price is at 1.489 cents. We're up 2.5% today, so pretty nice on that one. The pay up per T-share on the old Pulsechain for Hex is 6.676. We had 6.699 yesterday. The share rate continues to slowly climb here as well, 59.25. We're sitting at 30,275. Likewise, the share rate's going to jump as well. May or may not be the same day, but pretty much jumped there as well. Earlier pays better. The average mine length is 6.88 years, and the APY there for existing T-shares is 37.91% today. What else we got to say about that? The ownership pool was down 13,700 yesterday, up 6,600 today. T-shares, we're sitting at 9,814,000 T-shares. So we've got more T-shares on the Pulsechain than the Ethereum side. Let's go over to the reward pool. The reward pool has got 65.5 million Hex in today. Some of the penalties are then, like on Ethereum, 1.3 million, and we got 9.69% of all Hex is locked on the old Pulsechain side. Looking at the growth numbers, we're up 56 liquid holders, down 11 miners. We're sitting at 124,422 miners at the moment on the old Pulsechain, and it is the greatest product on the planet. So there we are. There we is, folks. Hex.com. Check it out. Links in the video description, and it is one of the golden cryptos of Richard Hart. And of course, we're just starting day 1434 and moving on to day 167. I think it was for the old Pulsechain. Let me just double check. Since 177. Sorry. So that was day 176. We discovered day 177 has just begun. All right, Hex.com. Let's move on. Bam. And if you want to get hold of this HexFire site there, you can find it in the useful links in our Discord. But I'll post it here in the chat just in case you want to check that out as well. That is HexFire there from Crispy Man, who also has his own YouTube channel and also is on Matty Allen's analytical channels, on sites of channels, something like that. That he does as well. I think that's with Toby Wan too. I think Toby Wan's on there too. Let me look else. Yeah, let's see what other comments we've got. So that's pretty much it. We're going to be on Pulsechain. Let's go to the roadmap. We're up to an hour and 12 minutes, so we're doing pretty good time. Let's add the overlays and have a look at the projects that are coming up on the Pulsechain roadmap here, and exclusive here to Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. So this is the roadmap so far. Obviously, we've got 9-inch continuing to move on, so we're going to add a few more days, 1, 2, 3 days on that. And 9mm is continue to be pushed out, so we're going out that way. Let me delete that. I didn't even realize I had that there. We're going to pull that over to as well, 9mm. We don't know when that's launch is coming up, but 9mm is an ecosystem. It's got one of our 7 NFT markets that hasn't we've got 2 NFT markets that haven't launched yet. One of them is 9M's, and the other one is Power City's Pixel Park. Those are the 2, and that would give us 7 major NFT marketplaces on Pulsechain. Sugarbeet also is coming up as well. Sugarbeet is one you want to keep a lookout. We covered that yesterday in full. Beetroot is the one there, the privacy hub. They got Sugarbeet single-side staking coming up with some magic sauce never seen in crypto before. We will find out what that is, but it's going to benefit RH tokens, and I think this could be pretty popular as well. The old Beetroot, so keep an eye on that. We're going to keep moving these 2 projects. They are supposed to be soon, so this is the best information we've got there. Then we're coming up to Fetch Oracle. That could be getting close, folks. This is pretty much a couple of weeks down the line. I think it was 3 weeks since Crypto Crazy from Liquid Loans gave us this update. He's the CEO, and so we're coming up to my placeholder here is at the earliest 10th of November. So we're getting closer to that now. The Fetch Oracle could be coming soon around the corner. And of course, maybe a week later, we get Liquid Loans. Then we get Barista from Magic Upride 369. And then potentially any time in this period, we could get Power City also launching, of course, as well. That means Fetch Oracle has to have price calls for Pulse and PulseX to make that possible for these 2. And of course, that's what we're expecting. That will also open up Oracle reporters. And of course, if you haven't seen Gamma, one of the Pulsechain devs, he covers in Oracle reporting. And that may be a form of income that you can earn with the Fetch token there. And then, of course, Liquid Loans and Powerhouse, the 2 big powerhouses, ecosystems dropping there. So we've got a number of ecosystems, 9mm, Liquid Loans, and Power City, all coming to Pulsechain, including Magic Upride now. I consider an ecosystem as well. Anything with 3 dApps or more, I guess is why I would describe that. And there we go, coming as well. Then Pulse, we've got others coming. TRHV4, I've got that tentatively at the end of November. And of course, the Pulsepot there, tentatively at the 7th of December. And then the Note project from Randy Alaski, 15th of December. And then TYCZ DeFi Binance, which is not on Pulsechain, but may have some connections to Pulsechain. But that will be taking them on the BNB chain, one of the Pulsechain devs, obviously doing TRH, Pulsepot, and TYCZ. So Jacob and that team are very busy indeed. And of course, they've also got price calls coming for BNB pot on the BNB chain, so pretty bullish there as well. So we are getting these tentacles out from the Pulsechain devs over to Ethereum and over to BNB chain. We've got these bridges that are coming as well. So very, very nice. That is the future of crypto, cross-chain environment. And of course, you just want to be the dominant chain there, relatively speaking. So kind of cool. That is a timeline there at the moment. So looking good. All right, we're going to wrap up now in 15 minutes. What a live show. It's been a lot of fun. And a big shout out to everybody that's dropped in today. It's been very, very cool for the weekend. And many thanks, says Valiant. Hey, you're most welcome. You're most welcome there. And thanks for your support, Valiant. Appreciate it. Brennan says, I'm seeing a big breakout coming for PulseX. Woohoo! Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, Brennan. We were talking about it yesterday, but you guys know, Brennan, you know our conversation. We're going to talk about that again in Discord. All right. All right. So, well, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm going to finish up. I've been talking for a long time, and it's time for me to have a break. So I hope you guys enjoy your day. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you're on Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, or Pulsechain YouTube, we're streaming to over 10,000 subscribers on 3 channels. And of course, if you want to join, become a member, hit the join button on Superman Crypto or Hex Token channel. If you want to join our Discord, which is really, it's got the best alpha. You get project alpha. You get all the useful links. You get all the project links. You get the best community. You got audio chats, video chats. Really is the place to be in our Discord. So jump in there as well. Nice one. All right, take care. Let's play out some music on the way out. We're going to play an old favorite. Let's play an old favorite here. And a peace out. Bye for now. Take care. Woo-hoo.
My $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.